You hear? Yeah, it's Friday. Let's get straight to it. I'm right back at you like I never left, and I'm gonna go this hard to my last breath. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Canoon Consul Moon. You already know what you're gonna get. You step in this room, you now dealing with Canoon. Yeah, I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm gonna make the information direct and clear because a lot of y'all can't hear. Yeah. Now, excuse me. Welcome back to Make My Ancestors Great Again. This is another episode of According to the Bible. This is According to the Bible, part 28. And as the title states, Jesus is not God according to the Bible. Okay? Jesus is not God according to the Bible. That's the title. Let's listen to the ancestors. It's Friday. I'll attempt to be quick and conveying what I'm saying. This is all according to the Bible. I'm just extrapolating what I believe that the Bible is conveying. Um, it's not up for interpreters, debate, none of that. This is biblical. I'm not adding or taking anything away. I'm simply using the Bible in process of elimination, and then I conclude and give my thoughts and opinions on what the Bible is conveying to me. Let's look at the ancestors and we'll get straight to it.
One thing you have to get through your mind and keep it. Nothing that ever came from the European mind was meant to do anything but facilitate European domination of the world. And I said there's no exception.
That's the great ancestors. Okay. That's the great Dr. John Henry Clark. And as I always say, may his soul rest, and may all the ancestors, may their soul rest, may their spirit continue to be lifted. Okay. Because what I'm saying there, when you die, your body dies, the flesh, your spirit is ongoing. Okay. Your spirit can't die. A person's spirit cannot die. That's my belief. So let's get into this. I want to share with you the purification rites in Leviticus. And this didn't just go away. This is the way it is throughout all times. This is Jewish literature wrote for the Christian. Okay. Before you had the term Christian, which is a follower of Christ, you had which people believe to be Hebraic or Jewish religion or literature. Okay, none of that is historical, but by way of literature, this is the way they use the literature to teach what they put forth. You hear me? I hope I'm not confusing you. Follow what I'm saying. Okay, so the literature used to put forth that thought is Jewish literature anyhow. Okay, so that way the Jewish or the Hebraic religion will be the front runner to Christianity. See, that's the way they put it in literature, but in historical analysis, when you go looking for history, that's not the way it is. You hear me? Christianity is the oldest religion around. Excuse me. Let's look at Leviticus. Okay, this is called the purification rites, and this is after childbirth. Okay, very important. Leviticus 12. I'll pull that up right here. We're going to go from 1 on down. Purification after childbirth. Okay. This is what makes me say, by process of elimination, that Jesus cannot be God, the Messiah, the Hamashiach, the Elohim, the Yehovah Hamashiach, Jehovah, all this old nonsense, however you want to cut it. This Jesus the Christ is a mythological character. All of this is based on allegory, mythology, and fiction and oral tradition anyhow. So that's all this is. But I like dealing with this literature because so many people deem this historical, and it has affected many human being lives. So this book or this Bible, these scriptures, has a significant amount of effect on human being life. Okay, so this literature is historical. The events that happened here is not, but people believe that it is historical. You hear me? But this is historical written literature. That's it. These are wives' tales, again, oral tradition, mythology, fiction, and flat out lies. Let's look at this. Purification of childbirth. Just listen to this. This eliminates any woman from giving birth to something pure. Pure or clean is the same word. Jesus the Christ, if he's God, like people believe, would no doubt be clean. But as I tried to attempt to clear this up for you yesterday, Job 14:1 and 1:4 discusses how a woman is unclean. And you can find it all through Job, all through Leviticus. And it says, how can something clean, yes, how can something clean be bought from the unclean? It's discussing a woman. And it says, can anything clean be bought from the unclean? And it says, no, not one, not even one person. So nobody can slip through the cracks according to biblical literature. I'm basing it off of that. To further that, let's look at this. Purification after birth. The Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people of Israel. If a woman becomes pregnant and gives birth to a son, she will be ceremonially unclean for 7 days, just as she is unclean during her menstrual period. On the 8th day, the boy's foreskin must be circumcised. Okay, that took us to 3. I'm going to go on to 4. It's right here. After waiting 33 days, she will be purified from the bleeding of childbirth. That's peculiar. Not only after childbirth does she have to wait 7 days, and on the 8th day, the son get to be circumcised. His foreskin can be cut. This child had to be without the mother for the first 7 days. Okay, just listen to what it's saying. Then to go a little further, the lady, it says here, the woman will bleed for 33 days after the child's birth. Nothing pure can come in contact with this woman for 33 days. My question will be, how or who sustained this child, Jesus the Christ? Because in the birth stories, as they tell you, her and Joseph was in some outside inn. They went to some inn and they didn't have any room, so they gave birth to him outside. So only her and Joseph was around. Who sustained the child for 33 days, knowing that this woman was unclean? You hear me, African people? Can any child or anything that you know in the first 33 days of his birth be sustained to make it to let alone be 33 years old? Can the child survive 33 days without nourishment? I'll wait. There was no Similac in the first century. There was no such thing as breast. I'm going to pump breast milk and give it to Joseph and all this old carrying on. Let's continue. That's a dagger. Like Cyrus Sutin Seti would say, General Seti, shout out to Seti. That's a dagger. That's a goddamn dagger. Let's continue, African people. Okay, that's 33 days, right? After waiting 33 days, she will be purified from the bleeding of childbirth. During this time of purification, she must not touch anything that is set apart as holy. You don't think that the Son of God, God's Son, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, all wrapped in one, Jesus the Christ, is said to be all three of the Godhead. He's God the Father, he's God the Son, and the Holy Spirit, all in one. God took himself out of heaven, got into this earthly experiment, whispered in a virgin's ear, and had a human being birth. The girl was still unclean. It don't matter if she was a virgin. She had a menstrual. You hear me? Mary had a menstrual like everybody else. She wasn't no special type of person. She was just a virgin. So she was still unclean. Says here, for the 33 days of the purification rite, anything holy is to be set aside and she cannot touch it. So that lets me know right there what they just prior said. She couldn't feed the child for 33 days. She couldn't even touch it or be around it for 33 days. This is the Messiah that she just gave birth to. So they say. But I'm proving to you with this scriptures here that Jesus the Christ cannot be God, Messiah, Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, Yahuwah, Yawiki, Yahweh Shah, Yakash, Badash, Kaddish, Elohim, Jehovah, all this nonsense. He cannot be that. He would have died after the 33 days of purification rites after the birth here. So this never took place. This never took place anyway in history. But if it did, the child would have died, because no child is going to go on a 33-day fast after childbirth. Not one. Let's continue. Okay. Anything holy, anything that is set apart as holy, she cannot touch it. All right. And she must not enter the sanctuary until her time of purification is over. So again, I'm going to refresh your memory. She couldn't touch the child for 33 days after birth. The child would have died. There's no Messiah. I'm going to refresh you on yesterday. It says here, Job. This is Job 14:1. Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble. Okay. Speaking about a woman, all this is about a woman, how unclean she is. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. So God is included. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? So this is saying, who can bring something pure out of an impure woman? And it goes on, it says not one. I showed you that yesterday. I'm just refreshing your memory on that. Leviticus 12, the purification rites that I just discussed with you today, proves that the Jesus the Christ is not no Messiah. He's not the Son of God. He's not included in the Godhead. He's none of that. The hardcore traditional Jewish people don't accept it anyway, because you know for a fact that all this stuff is written in the Old Testament, and the Messiah cannot be born from no unclean woman anyhow. Because 33 days after a woman gives birth to a child, she must be, she's going to bleed the whole time, and she's impure. She can't touch the child. This knocks out of all anything historical that you tried to tie to the Bible, even the Jewish 5 books. This knocks that out, because if they was doing this historically, every child on the planet wouldn't have made it. That's my thoughts on this nonsense. I'm telling you, I've been telling you since day one, this is nothing but oral tradition, mythology, allegory, fiction, and flat out goddamn lies. Enjoy y'all Friday. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Canoe Consul Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in this room. You now and then with Canoe. This is what I do, and I love to do it. And before I take back what I said, I add some more to it. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I thank you for watching. If you feel like you want to do something for me, like and subscribe, because it won't cost you a fee. Education and preparation is the first step to retaliation. So before you pick up a weapon or a silly religion, pick up some knowledge. This is not to take God from you. This is to restore spirituality, which was taken from you at the time God was given to you. Okay? Thank you for all the likes, the subscriptions, the dislikes, the comments. I'll see y'all next week. If anybody's offended by anything you heard, I'm in every word. Yeah. Enjoy y'all weekend. We out. Jesus is not Messiah. Jesus is not God. He's not the Son of God. He never existed in human being form. And by their own written religious literature, no child was put up under these purification rites after childbirth, unless every child on the planet would have never made it to exist to do anything. 33 days after childbirth that the woman bleeds. When a woman bleeding, she's impure. The child cannot sustain itself for 33 days of some purification ritual. This is nonsensical garbage. The quicker you learn that, the quicker you can get rid of it. Have a good day.